G'day, Tom here from Reformers Bookshop. I wonder if you have ever fought with another Christian over doctrine. I'm sure you've had deep discussions and areas where you've disagreed with other Christians on these issues. And it seems that most churches have these problems as well. Inside churches we see divisions due to differences in doctrine all the time. And this is where this new book by Gavin Ortlund, Finding the Right Hills to Die On, is such a helpful read for us. He sets out in the first part of the book the case for theological triage. That is, triage is when you're in a hospital and a patient comes in and the nurse has to decide how important is this case. Am I going to prioritize this patient, or am I going to let them wait for a little while because there's other people who are more important? And so it's this idea that some doctrines are worth dying on, worth dying over. Some doctrines are worth dividing a church over, and some doctrines are not worth that at all. They're worth being in unity with diversity. And so he sets out these different categories of doctrines and helps you to see that it's not that we should not care about doctrine at all and go for doctrinal minimalism, but we should know and think through the nuances of which doctrines are really worth dividing over. And then he works through, in the second part of the book, what that might look like in a variety of different cases. Now, what I really like about this book is that Gavin tells you straight up where he stands on all these different issues. And just like all of us, I suspect, he's different to where I would stand. And so there's areas in the book that may well get you a little bit, you might find them interesting in that he doesn't agree with where you stand. But that's sort of the whole delight of the book, is that he helps you really think through, how am I going to discuss doctrine and practice with my fellow Christians to maximize the unity in the church so that we can be most effective for the gospel, while still talking about it, while still caring about what the Bible says about all issues. So, I definitely recommend Finding the Right Hills to Die On, so that we might be a more united church.